Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Relationship Rhetoric. I am your host, unapologetically Angela, and I am going to say this for me is my late night edition because technically normally I'm on about 7, but I interview all types of people. So dealing with an artistic person, dealing with someone who's a musician and so many other things, you have to be flexible with your time, flexible with how your day goes, and just go with the flow, and that's a wonderful thing. So you won't get so caught up in your routine that you lose the excitement of life. And so this was one of the reasons why I asked this amazing guy to be on the show, because to me, he does a little bit of everything. He is a dad, he's a husband, he's a model, he's a yoga instructor, I think he's a personal trainer. It's just so much stuff that, goes into this one person. So I know that I love to talk about relationships, but I also like to talk to people and see how they do what they do and still be human. And so again, he's one of those people. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring to the platform Gene Williams.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Greetings. How are you?
All is well.
All is well. Wonderful. So I want to jump right in. Tell me about, and I've always, because people have always asked me, people that are set apart, that are different, they want to know about your upbringing. So tell us about yourself as a child.
Ooh, nice. I've always been the weird child, the one who gets along with everybody, but is still like the outcast. That oxymoronic, state there. I played sports since the age of 4, martial arts since the age of 4. I've been in the music like since before I came out of the womb. You know, so yeah. And my mom kind of just allowed me to be myself.
That was going to be my next question. So having a parent that allows you to be yourself is definitely a plus.
Oh yeah, right.
So
Exactly.
did you feel awkward, or did you just feel like it was just you being you growing up?
I always felt like it was me being me.
Okay.
I didn't start to feel like I was weird until I got around other people and they started being like, "You're weird," and I'm like, and I used to take it as like a diss back then, but now I take it as a compliment. Like, "You're weird." Thank you.
Right, exactly. And so what age was that? What age did people, or you started paying attention to what people were saying?
Um, Probably out about 8 or 9.
Yeah. That middle school age. Yeah.
Right. And
Okay.
that's when I started having to encounter bullies and shit.
Uh-huh. Okay. So are you from Memphis, born and raised?
I'm a military brat,
Ah,
so no, I'm not from Memphis.
you've been a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you in the military at all?
No, hell no. My personality didn't go for the military. It just don't
Uh-huh.
work for me.
Okay.
I actually enlisted though. The funny thing is I enlisted. And my stepdad was like, hell no, you're not going to the military. They're gonna put you on the front line and da da da. The next thing you know, you're gonna be crazy. And I'm like, crazier than I already am?
Right.
So,
Right.
he actually got me out of it, thankfully.
Okay. So with that, and I know being young and different is one thing, but I also noticed, just because we've done some events together before, you're also, I use the term, set apart on a spiritual level as well. How did that develop? What was your first dabble into spirituality?
I initially grew up in church. And then around 12, my mom started hanging out with a couple that were into like the the Gnostic texts, the Gnostic Gospels, and things like that. And then from there, like my mom went back into the church, and I started just exploring everything. I started studying Buddhism, you know, Islam, Sufism, and all aspects of Islam, Judaism, then Shintoism, Jainism, just everything. I'm curious. I literally just like download information. So it's like, hey, oh, there's a book on Lao Tzu. Let me read that. Oh, there's a book on existentialism. Let me read that. So it's kind of that's how it came about.
Okay. So, in the process of going through, I guess, discovering yourself, how did you and your wife meet? Where were you in life when you all met?
Um, so I was in college. Um, well, actually, just I was in college, but I was about to leave at that time. She and I actually met at the gym.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, were you all similar? Because, again, people that are different tend to do one or two things. Either they draw people or they scare people.
Right.
There is no
So
in between.
right. So the thing that actually connected us was poetry. I was
Oh,
I write poetry as well, and I had a site where I had like some of my poems, and she saw it, and she just literally asked me like, how do you write poetry? I was like, man, you just express yourself however the hell you want to. And she's like, does it have to rhyme? And I was like, nah, you don't have to rhyme. Actually, sometimes the best poetry doesn't rhyme.
right.
As long as you feel what you're saying, the people will feel it. So that was always the important thing to me.
Okay. Okay. So, did having children cause any type of change to your life and how you lived? Because you incorporate them in everything you do,
I
so which
do.
is amazing.
I do. So having kids actually made me be more determined to be myself. It's like I don't want to teach my kids to fit into a paradigm that doesn't work for them.
Okay.
So I just started to be myself even more, just to show them, hey, it's cool to be different. And then plus having a son with autism, he's naturally different. So it's like I wanted to be an example of it's okay to be different from the cookie cutter, paradigm that everyone has, you know. So yeah, I just started being myself more.
Are they? Did they attend, or do they attend public school, or are they homeschooled?
Adrian attended for 2 years, and we had an issue with a teacher, almost had to
Mm.
kill him. And so and so he's been homeschooled since, and Gianna's always been homeschooled.
Okay. 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 Great. 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 Let's talk about your music.
Okay, let's go for
So
it.
let's talk about the band. How was it born?
Ah, man, that's a long story. Uh, some of the guys that are in my band currently, I was in a band with them like maybe 2012, and then other guys are just I met them from other people or by seeing them out performing, and we just kind of meshed, and from there we just like we I would say we stoke each other's creativity, and that's a big thing for me. Like I need creative people in my life that help me be more creative.
Mm-hmm.
Me, hmm, let's try this, so let's try that. You know what I mean? So yeah, and they do that.
Okay. How long have you all been together as a band?
This installation of G Wiz in the Solar System, we've been together for about a year.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay.
Installments of us, man, and so this is the current one and the one that's been sticking.
Okay. Okay. So now I want to get into you and your physical fitness. You have the ability to show and do things that most people are humanly not capable in doing.
Right.
So did you evolve from being an athlete into getting into, and you are a personal trainer, correct?
Yeah, personal trainer
Okay.
and yoga instructor.
Okay. So did your history in being an athlete push you into this field, or is this always been something that you've been a part of, or a part of you anyway?
As everything with me, it's a weird start. I started sports at 4 or 5, playing soccer and football, martial arts as well, and I started actually personal training at 16. I had one of my best friend's girlfriend's mothers. She was about to compete in a Miss Universe contest. No, it was a bodybuilding contest, and she saw that I was working out, and she was like, "I want you to train me." And I'm like, "Me?" So we trained for like 6 months, and she got third place.
Wow.
So it stuck.
Okay.
That's how the personal training started.
Okay. Okay. And so how did that so personal training came first before yoga?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how did we end up there?
With yoga,
Yes.
yeah. So, man. So, okay. Um, I had an injury at 12. I played basketball with the adults. I've been playing basketball since I was a little kid. I was playing with the adults. I ended up herniating 3 discs in my lower back.
Mm.
So by the time I got like 25, 26, I was in the process of having to possibly have back surgery. I had gotten like super big. I was wanted to compete in the World Strongest Man contest. So I got up to 327 pounds, believe it or not. But I had so many back issues that like I couldn't really compete like I wanted to. So my wife introduced me to yoga. She took it in college, and she was like, maybe you need to try this. So I started doing yoga uh, with Fit TV. You ever heard of Fit TV?
I have. Uh-huh.
So there was this 30-minute yoga show that they had on there, and I started doing that, and it kicked my butt. Like in 5 minutes, I was sweating pools of water, and I was like, my back feels better.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I continued to practice yoga. Um, I became a vegan, and I lost about 132 pounds,
Wow.
like in the span of a year.
Wow.
So, and then it stuck with me. And then in 2009, I got a certification as a yoga Pilates instructor. And then 2000, I actually just got my 200-hour YTT yoga teacher training certificate in October of this year.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a long journey.
Yeah, but I mean, it's very obvious that you are skilled at it. And the thing that's interesting to me is yoga is something that is, it's a small select group of men who are comfortable doing yoga and being public with doing it. So touch a little bit about what it does, not just to you physically, but mentally and spiritually. What you can gain from it.
Oh man. Okay. So mentally and spiritually, it literally like takes your focus from like a light bulb where the light goes broad in all directions to a laser-like focus. Yoga is not just the asanas or the physical practice. It's meditation, visualization. It's the science behind it. There's a lot of aspects of yoga. There's 8 limbs, and so it takes yours. It's not really. It's a spiritual practice, but it's not religious. So it's something that you do regularly to tune into the highest version of yourself. And that's what really like resonated with me when I started. Because again, through my spiritual practice, I was doing different things, and this just kind of helped me hone in on not being religious and being more spiritual. So yeah, I had to really thank yoga for that.
Very nice. Very nice. Can you say that there was any point in your life where you had a spiritual aha moment?
A lot of them. A lot. The first one was around 14 when I got out of church, started studying Buddhism really tough. And then again around 26 when I got really deep into yoga. And I have little aha moments along the path, they keep me going, keep me studying, keep me discovering, you know. I got really deep. I've gotten really deep over the last, say, 12, 13 years in occult science. So like, you'll see me studying books about angels and, the fairy realm, and then you'll see me studying about demons and, succubi and things like that. Just everything, because it's all energy. Everything is energy.
Right.
Um, and it's like, in order to be a whole person, you have to incorporate both sides, quote unquote light and quote unquote dark, in order to be full. If you only study the light, then you only have one side of the puzzle. If you only study dark, same thing. So I believe in studying everything to merge them to become a whole being, or what's called the middle path.
Okay. Okay. So during this pandemic, which has really been strange for some people,
Right.
what have you discovered about yourself? You appear to be very in tune with yourself anyway, but just having to go through the isolation and the shift and the change and all of this media madness, what have you come to grips with as Gene?
Good question. Uh, I would say I tuned in more to myself. Learn how to block out. Um, I don't want to say outside stimulation, but like outside manipulation.
Mm,
Yeah, I've tuned way more into myself. My meditation practice has become more solid. Um, I haven't really watched TV in about 6 or 7 years. Um, and I really spend a lot of time reading, a lot of time meditating, not only sitting meditation, but walking meditation, moving meditations, things like that. Just trying different things to tune into and tune up. Um, how can I say it? Just tune up the essence of myself.
okay. Okay. So how have you been able to, and it probably wasn't difficult because you all have such a close unit, children being homeschooled at home and everything. How are you explaining what's going on to the children?
Good question. I love your questions, man. So with the kids, my son doesn't care.
Right,
Yeah, he's like, listen, I'm on the computer, I'm drawing, whatever.
right.
Corona, what? I don't want no drink. But Gianna is a little more, I would say, a little more aware of
Okay.
things. And she's been nervous, and I've just been teaching her not to be nervous. How to physically like heighten her pH level. Um, been giving her different herbs and whatnot, and teaching her about the herbs to keep her healthy, and then just helping her understand that one of the biggest pandemics going on right now is fear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, teaching her how not to be afraid, and actually using fear as a propeller, as opposed to something that repels. You know.
Okay. Okay. I think if I'm not mistaken, you were in a car accident or some type of accident here
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and you being an athlete and as strong as you are, what was that mental process like getting back to norm? And are you back to 100%? Do you feel?
It was scary as hell. The initial accident, how it happened, and like me being a protector, my family being injured, that really messed with my head a lot. Um, as you know, my left shoulder was dislocated in the accident, but we all sustained an injury or so. But mine was my shoulder dislocated. Um, I got nervous. I literally like was talking to my wife and was like, "Am I ever going to be the same?" Uh, but then after a certain time, it was like, because the funny thing is, right after it happened, I was in the 200-hour YTT training. So it's like I had to go through that with one arm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had to like push myself. I was like, dude, listen, you were just doing handstands like it was nothing. So there's no way I'm gonna allow myself to lose that. So I just every day I get up and I work the shoulder, do the exercises the physical therapist taught me, get on my mat, practice yoga for as long as I could comfortably, and just start opening up my shoulder. So to answer your question, do I feel like I'm at 100%? Not quite. I'd say 95, sometimes 97, but never at 100. My shoulder doesn't move. It's not as open as it used to be. So some of the things I used to be able to do pretty easily or had gotten to, I can't do. But it doesn't stop me. You know, I'm still working on getting back there, but it's a process. Just like everything important, you got to work at it.
Absolutely. I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask anyway. In that process, did you ever take pain medication or did you just tough it out?
I did for like the first 3 or 4 days, and I didn't feel a difference. So
Really?
I was like, nah, I'm good, and I just toughed it out.
Okay. So, Jean, if you were going to write a book about your life, what would the title of the book be?
Oh God, good question. Let me think for a second. Either perseverance or focus. One of the two.
Okay.
That'd be the time.
I could see both. I could see both. On when I was looking on your Facebook page, I saw that someone gave you the title of an indigo child.
Well, yeah, I've been called that like my whole life.
And so what does that mean to you?
I'm a natural spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not a lot of people learn it. I had that in my makeup, and I just developed it as I grew along. Yeah.
Okay. What is your daily morning routine before you get up and get into the world and go do what adults have to do? What does your morning look like?
First thing out the gate is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the point where I can meditate for about 30 minutes consistently. It started off small. I started off with 5 minutes and built it up. So it's meditation, visualization, affirmation, and then a little bit of movement to get my body open. Because I am 39. So, a little movement. And then I go into the world.
Okay.
It's like I literally tell myself, all right, today is just another day. And you mastered it yesterday, so you can do it today. So let's get this shit done.
Nice. Okay, so our last question. What would you say? You said perseverance and focus. What would you say to someone that comes to you who is looking to change their lifestyle and want to do better, not just physically, but again, mentally and spiritually? If you could tell them in 3 steps how to get started on that path, what would they be?
All right. Set a schedule. Stick to it. And take small steps every single day consistently. Don't allow anything to deter you from that path. Once you have that vision in your mind, work that vision, work that path every single day without hesitation.
Okay. So share with us, Jean, if somebody's looking for a personal trainer, looking for a yoga coach, yoga teacher, how would they find you?
Okay, so you can inbox me at my Gene Williams page on Facebook. You can go to my Premier Fitness with the trademark sign on Facebook. You can also find me at Premier Fitness Memphis on IG. I have a few, you know me, I always got a million things coming. So I'm ending the year with a bang, and I'm going to start the year with a bang. So look for a twerk yoga class with a local dancer. Yeah. I know you want to get into that, don't you? I also have a sacral or tantric yoga class coming soon at the beginning of the year. So yeah, and if you want to do personal training, just hit me up. I train people online. I do Zoom sessions, Google Hangouts, anything. Like, I'm versatile. I like to keep it open.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you again for taking some time out to speak to me. People see your pictures, people see posts, but they never really get an opportunity to kind of dig deep to see, you know, that we're real people, you know, and this is not just for media. This is a lifestyle. So I appreciate you sharing the platform and letting people into your world. And I look forward to that. You think I'm interested in the twerk class? I'm interested in the tantric yoga class.
Yeah, I know one of them was gonna hit you.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for what you are bringing to the community, brother. I really do appreciate it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you for what you're doing, and I thank you for opening up the floor for me to express myself and show what I do. So thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you soon.
You will. You know it.
Bye. Another amazing interview. You know, I love to talk to our brothers and see them out there rising to the occasion, continuing to change and evolve and do what's necessary to help in the community. So thank you again, Gene, for taking time out. And, you know, I'm just going to end with the title of his book, Peace, Perseverance, and Focus. Have a wonderful night, guys. I'll see you next Thursday.